Have you ever stopped to think about why, despite trying so hard, things never seem to flow as they should? We live in a world where success is measured by the amount of sweat we pour, where we believe that to win, we must push everything to its limit. But what if I told you there's another way? A way where unnecessary effort is left behind, and true power lies in acting in harmony with the flow of life. The philosophy of Wu Wei invites us to stop swimming against the current. It's a millennial principle that teaches us to act without forcing, to trust the natural course of things, and to let life take us where we need to be. And now, imagine, what would your life be like if you could achieve everything you want without feeling exhausted in the process? What is Wu Wei? Wu Wei is a profound concept of Taoist philosophy that, at first glance, might seem simple but carries immense wisdom. It can be translated as non-action, effortless action, or natural action. But don't be mistaken, Wu Wei doesn't mean inactivity or passivity. On the contrary, it teaches us to act intelligently, aligned with the natural flow of life, without trying to force or resist what is beyond our control. This concept has its roots in the Tao Te Ching, the central text of Taoism, written by Lao Tzu over 2,500 years ago. In Taoism, the Tao is the Wei, the universal principle that guides everything that exists. Wu Wei invites us to tune into this way, allowing life to flow lightly, like a river navigating obstacles instead of fighting against them. When we understand Wu Wei, we realize it is present throughout nature. A tree doesn't force its growth, it simply follows its cycle, absorbing light, water, and nutrients. The wind doesn't try to change its direction, it simply follows the path of least resistance. Just like in nature, the practice of Wu Wei shows us that reaching our goals doesn't have to be a constant battle. But Wu Wei goes beyond the idea of not forcing. It's a way of living in harmony, accepting circumstances, and making decisions at the right moment with actions that flow naturally. And therein lies its magic. Wu Wei teaches us that true power lies in lightness. Would you like to know how this philosophy applies in practice? The importance of choosing the middle path. We live in a society that glorifies constant effort. From an early age, we learn that life is a struggle, and that only the most determined achieve success. This mindset makes us believe that to achieve something, we need to push, insist, and dominate every detail. But is that really true? Or are we simply wearing ourselves out as we swim against the current? When we force situations, we disconnect from the natural flow of life. Imagine a river trying to cross a mountain in a straight line. It's impossible. What does it do? It navigates around the stones, finds the path of least resistance, and in doing so, not only reaches its destination but also creates beautiful landscapes along the way. The philosophy of Wu Wei teaches us to be like this river. By trying to control everything, we create a cycle of frustration and anxiety. We force situations at work, insist on relationships that no longer make sense, and cling to goals that no longer reflect our true desires. The result? Physical and emotional exhaustion, along with the feeling that we're always running in place. This doesn't mean we should abandon our efforts. On the contrary, Wu Wei reminds us that there are times to act and times to step back. The secret lies in identifying what requires our intervention and what we should let flow. It's the wisdom of acting at the right time, lightly, rather than wasting energy forcing something that simply isn't aligned with the flow of life. The next time you feel frustrated, ask yourself, am I forcing something that should be flowing? Learning to recognize this difference is the first step to living more harmoniously. If you're enjoying the video, give it a like. It helps us create more content like this. Wu Wei in practice. Wu Wei isn't just an abstract philosophy, it's an approach we can apply to all aspects of our daily lives, bringing more lightness, efficiency, and balance. But how does this work in practice? Let's explore how Wu Wei can transform how we work, relate, and even face challenges. In the workplace, we are often led to believe that being busy is synonymous with being productive. However, Wu Wei teaches us that productivity isn't about the volume of tasks completed but about the quality and alignment of actions. For example, Instead of overloading yourself with dozens of tasks, focus on what truly matters. Prioritize activities that align with your goals and set aside what is superfluous. You'll notice that by acting at the right moment and with focus, you'll achieve more results with less effort. In relationships, Wu Wei shows us the importance of accepting the natural rhythm of connections. Trying to force a friendship, a romance, or even a reconciliation can generate tension and emotional wear. Instead, cultivate patience and trust in the flow of the relationship. Be present, authentic, and allow bonds to strengthen naturally. When you release control, interactions become more genuine and enjoyable. Another clear example of Wu Wei is in sports, such as judo. The practice involves using the opponent's strength and movement to your advantage, waiting for the right moment to act. It's not about applying brute force but using energy efficiently. This principle can be translated into life: act only when necessary, conserving energy for the moments when it will be truly useful. And what about stressful situations, like a job interview or an important presentation? Forcing perfection only increases anxiety. Instead, practice Wu Wei, relax, trust your preparation, and be present in the moment. This approach not only reduces pressure but also allows you to express yourself more authentically and confidently. As you experiment with applying Wu Wei in your daily life, you'll realize that it's not a philosophy of passivity but a strategy of balance and efficiency. The power of surrender and acceptance. The word surrender often carries a negative weight. We're taught to fight, resist, and never give up. But surrender, in the context of Wu Wei, is an act of profound wisdom and trust. It doesn't mean giving up or settling but accepting what we cannot control and working in harmony with the flow of life. When we surrender to what is, we free ourselves from the weight of expectations and the attachment to control. Lao Tzu reminds us that nature never forces anything, yet everything is accomplished. Think of a bamboo during a storm. It doesn't resist the winds but bends and returns to its original state when the storm passes. Its strength lies in its flexibility. Similarly, acceptance makes us resilient and gives us the space to act more effectively. Surrender doesn't mean inactivity. It's acting consciously, knowing that some results depend on factors beyond our reach. It's like sailing: you adjust the sails but don't control the wind. By trusting the wind's direction and working with it, you reach your destination with less effort. This philosophy applies to countless aspects of life. In difficult moments, such as losing a job, a breakup, or an unexpected change, resistance only prolongs suffering. Accepting the moment, learning from it, and seeking new possibilities allows us to grow and move forward with more lightness. As Alan Watts said, "Don't fight the water. Learn to float." When we accept that life has its own rhythm and that we cannot control everything, we create space for the magic of the unexpected. The universe has a curious way of organizing things when we trust its flow. What seemed like a no can transform into an even greater yes, as long as we're open to possibilities outside our original plans. Building a life in harmony with the Tao. To live in harmony with the Tao and incorporate the principles of Wu Wei into daily life, it's not necessary to radically change your routine but to adjust your perspective. It's about cultivating simple practices that help align your actions with the natural flow of the universe, enabling you to experience a more balanced and fulfilling life. One of the first steps is developing awareness of the present moment. The practice of meditation can be a powerful tool for this. When you meditate, you learn to observe your thoughts and emotions without clinging to them. It's like watching a leaf float downstream. It doesn't fight the current but simply follows the flow. By bringing this kind of presence into your life, you begin to notice what truly deserves your attention and energy. Another way to integrate Wu Wei is by adopting a minimalist approach to your daily choices. Ask yourself, is this action or decision aligned with my purpose? By simplifying your life and focusing on what truly matters, you reduce stress and increase efficiency. The Tao teaches us that less is more, and simplicity is a direct path to harmony. Additionally, the practice of gratitude and acceptance plays an essential role. When we are thankful for what we have and accept what we cannot change, we stop resisting life's flow. This doesn't mean complacency but a posture of openness to new opportunities and learning. It's what turns challenges into stepping stones for growth. Find inspiration in nature. Spend more time outdoors, observing how it operates in perfect harmony. The way trees grow, waters flow, and cycles renew themselves can be a mirror for the balance you seek in your own life. Just as nature never forces, you can also learn to act at the right time, trusting the natural course of things. Keep in mind that Wu Wei is not a goal to be achieved but an ongoing practice. It's an invitation to live more lightly, intelligently, and connected. True strength doesn't lie in excessive effort but in the ability to flow with life. By letting go of attachment to control and aligning ourselves with the natural course of things, we discover a lightness that allows us to achieve more with less strain. This philosophy, rooted in the ancient wisdom of Taoism, is a reminder that life doesn't have to be a constant struggle. By releasing control, we make room for the universe to surprise us with possibilities we could never have imagined. Living in harmony with the Tao is a choice of trust and surrender.